Southern Championship Wrestling from Georgia.
Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to another exciting hour of Southern Championship Wrestling at McDonough, Georgia. Tim Dix, we have got a supercar today.
Randy, a tremendous afternoon of wrestling here at the McDonough Massacre. And first off, I'd like to bring in Mr. Kelly Wheeler, the owner of the Burger King here. We're doing this in coordination with Burger King Texacola and, of course, Special Olympics. Kelly, glad to be a part of this great Sunday afternoon.
Tim, we're glad to be here. It's a great crowd. It's a great day for the Massacre in McDonough. And we thank everybody for coming out and supporting this very exciting event. We're glad to be here.
Well, we can't think of a better charity, if you will, than Special Olympics. It's our pleasure to be here. Tim, we've got a supercard today. We've got the Bullet and Brad here. We've got Mr. Wrestling number 2 here. We've got Georgia Power here. Absolutely.
We've got Mr. Atlanta and Mike Golden in our main event to take on the Bullet and Brad Armstrong. Also, Mr. Wrestling number 2 here. Rocky King here. Just a tremendous hour of wrestling action. Randy, we're going to be talking to several of the stars here during this hour, coming to you this week on location from McDonough, Georgia. And Kelly, I know, just to get back for a second, we were talking about Special Olympics. We've had this Dunkin' booth out here, and the parking proceeds have gone to Special Olympics.
100% of it.
It's been a great day to raise money out here for Special
It
Olympics.
sure is.
I know that the money's going to Special Olympics are always privately funded. And so the fans out here have done us all a big favor by coming out here today and donating their parking money to Special Olympics. Kelly, I know that Burger King and Pepsi-Cola, Special Olympics, all in conjunction out here today for this big event.
Yes, sir, Tim. It's going to be an exciting day.
Randy, big matches coming up. I'm looking forward to that main event.
I am, too. That's going to be something that would headline a card in any arena in the entire Southeast. Southern Championship Wrestling, bringing you the best in action. And we're going to get going to the ring in just a few minutes, fans. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your first match, your referee, Rick Frady. And this first match is for the Southern Championship Wrestling Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the opponents, the Invader and the Junior U.S. Heavyweight Champion, Cowboy Kevin Dillinger, at a combined weight of 427 pounds. And now, introducing the Tag Team Champions. First, from rural Georgia, the Nightmare. And from Walker County, the Dirty White Boy, Jimmy Powell, weighing at a combined weight of 448 pounds.
You know, Gordon, a little something happened a while back with Mr. Atlanta and Mike Golden. They took this mask right here off of me, but I haven't forgot about that. We've got a tough match today, but I haven't forgot about this. And we'll make something.
Fans, there you see them in the ring, the Southern Tag Team Champions, Georgia Power, to take on the Invader and the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion, Kevin Dillinger. Hi, I'm Tim Dix, Randy Adams here from McDonough, Georgia. It's the McDonough Massacre, and this is a great hour of wrestling, and what a way to start it off, Randy.
Absolutely. The Invader on a roll right now, Tim, along with Kevin Dillinger, who is the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion. His credentials speak for themselves. And, of course, Georgia Power, the Southern Tag Team Champions. Little hand clap to get it going. Jimmy Powell will start off for Georgia Power, and it looks like, yes, Kevin Dillinger, the man with a branding iron, sort of a unique individual, will start it off for the team of Dillinger and the Invader.
This crowd already getting worked up. They love Georgia Power. Jimmy Powell, as you said, starting out for his team, and the Cowboy, Kevin Dillinger, the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion. As you said, always sports that branding iron with him wherever he goes, and it's been known to come into play in several matches. Fans, we've been coming to you this past summer on location from several different locations. This week it's McDonough, Georgia, and once again, Randy, as much as it did when we were in Columbus a couple of weeks ago, the weather going to be a big factor in this one because it says 92 degrees on the thermometer at this time.
It's about 120 on the mat. It is past hot, Tim. It is London broil out there right now. A beautiful sun splash, if you will, afternoon here on the south side of Atlanta in McDonough, Georgia. Jimmy Powell with a side headlock on Kevin Dillinger.
Sending his man into the ring ropes. Both men crisscrossing. And Kevin Dillinger in the ring by himself as Jimmy Powell has just stepped out of the ring. The Invader comes in. They ram heads. Jimmy Powell coming back into the ring and standing tall in the middle of the ring, the Southern Tag Team Champions, Georgia Power.
We've said all along that Jimmy Powell is an unorthodox competitor. He just played a little head game with Kevin Dillinger there and came out way ahead. As you saw, a collision between the Invader and Dillinger. Couldn't help but chuckle there for a second, Tim. It was a very humorous event, but we're back to serious action now as Kevin Dillinger gets back in the ring, crawls between the ropes into that squared circle. When he gets in there and gets going, he is a serious competitor. He has hurt many people in his career, and Jimmy Powell, we know, is double tough. This is going to be a all frills aside. This is serious out there right now.
Once again, the men going into a crisscross action. Kevin Dillinger sliding out from under the ring ropes much as Jimmy Powell did. Jimmy Powell slides right out behind him. And there, as you can see, Kevin Dillinger swinging a miss. Atomic drop.
Ooh, right into the Invader.
And both men down on the outside of the ring. And as you were saying earlier, Jimmy Powell, unorthodox, playing head games with the team of Kevin Dillinger and the Nightmare.
Tim, we want to point out, when that happened, this is hot macadam. This is not concrete, but it is pavement out here. There's no mats outside this ring. As the Invader catches one from Jimmy Powell, a big right hand, and the Invader and Dillinger both outside the ring. But when they hit outside, that's hot out there. It's hot on that mat, but that macadam does not give 1 inch. The Dillinger, Kevin Dillinger, the unorthodox one, and he is unorthodox also. We've got 2 unorthodox competitors in the ring from Texas. The U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion locked up collar and elbow with Jim Powell.
Pushing his man back into the ring ropes is the Cowboy, Kevin Dillinger. No clean break there. A right hand to the chest. One right in the chops, Randy. And now sending his man in. Good reversal by Jimmy Powell. Picks his man up. High elevation. And Randy, he must have been 8-10 feet in the air. And now the Invader comes into the ring. Caught right, Johnny on the mark by Jimmy Powell. Another high elevation. And Jimmy Powell, once again, clearing the ring. Randy, what can you say about Jimmy Powell that hasn't been said? He's just a terrific athlete, and the fans love him.
You're absolutely right. He and the Invader are Georgia Power. They are the Southern Tag Team Champions. The Invader kind of wishing he hadn't gotten the ring there. Powell with back-to-back high elevations. You're right, a good 8 feet in the air on Dillinger and the Invader coming in. This match is starting to take its toll right now on Kevin Dillinger. The pace of the match is slowed, and we are in the hot, hot sun, but take heed and keep in mind these are phenomenal athletes. They are in shape. You think you may be in shape for football or whatever, and you do have to get in pretty decent shape, but to get in the ring and go one-on-one, you have to be in top quality shape, Tim.
Tag is made. Stepping in is the Nightmare, catching the Invader with a nice drop kick. The power man of the team, the Nightmare, with a full body slam on the Invader. Cover.
Nice arm drag, yeah. Nice arm drag takedown. That mat is hot, and when you're laying there, you're seeing a lot of mat wrestling today. I tell you what, these guys are being punished in more ways than one. The Invader quickly back to his feet. He doesn't want to spend any more time on that hot mat than he has to, and I don't blame him. The Nightmare locked in, barred in on that left arm. And, you know, the Nightmare and Jimmy Powell are pros. They're veterans. They're going to go to one part of the body, basically, and keep working it and wear that man down. Leapfrog by the Nightmare. Hip toss. Ooh, and hitting the mat hard. The Invader, another arm drag takedown. Got that arm barred again.
Fans coming up later in the hour. We'll be looking at Mr. Wrestling number 2 in action. Also be taking a look at David Sammartino in action. All that and more coming up later on in this hour of Southern Championship Wrestling. I'd like to say a big hello to all our fans in Lafayette, Georgia. Was out there a couple of weeks ago. A terrific crowd on hand for Southern Championship Wrestling. I'd like to say hello to all our fans in Alabama, Randy. Southern Championship Wrestling on the move, and we'll be going to the great state of Alabama here in the near future. So all you fans be looking for it. Southern Championship Wrestling is the hottest ticket in town. And right now, Kevin Dillinger checking back in for his team, dropping the heavy blows to the back of the neck of the Nightmare.
Tim, while we're at it, Want to say hello to our fans that watch us in Chattanooga, Tennessee on TV 61. Also in Crossville, Tennessee, TV 28 up there. Good wrestling fans as a pinning predicament on the Nightmare. He kicks out. Kevin Dillinger looked like he may have had him rolled up. Got a count of 2 and a big right hand. Stuns the Nightmare.
Kevin Dillinger following up on that blow, backing the Nightmare into the ring rope, catching the Nightmare with a big elbow. The Nightmare down on the mat. Kevin Dillinger over for a cover. Ooh, like they had a count of 3 there, only a count of 2. The Nightmare able to work his way back to his feet. Tagging in now, the Invader. A little tag team, double team effort there on the team of the Invader and Kevin Dillinger. Nice hip toss, drops the leg down on the Nightmare. Cover. And as you were saying, Randy, this Invader has been on a roll as of late.
He really has. We saw he and Dillinger team up a couple 3 weeks ago. And a sunset flip. Oh, almost a pinning combination. Well, it was a pinning combination. Almost got to pin the Nightmare 2 count. But what I was going to say is the Invader and Jimmy Powell in the ring just literally wrecking house in there. Wreaking havoc, if you will. All 4 men in the ring. We'll get back to my anecdote later. All 4 men in the ring. Georgia Power about to have things going their way temporarily. Whoa, what a maneuver. That gets back to what I was going to say, Tim. The Invader and Dillinger have obviously been working quite well as a team. They're working like more of a well-oiled machine. Ooh, salto. Backdrop.
And what's Jimmy Powell pulling out? He's got a mask.
It's a Nightmare mask. He's putting it on the Invader.
He's got the Nightmare mask on the Invader. And you can see now the Invader or the Nightmare. But Kevin Dillinger comes in, he clubs his man with that branding iron.
I don't believe this. He hit his own man with a branding iron, Jimmy Powell, and the Nightmare, Georgia Power, won the match. Tim, this is incredulous.
Unbelievable. Jimmy Powell puts the mask on the Invader. Cowboy Kevin Dillinger comes into the ring thinking that it was the Nightmare, nailing him with that branding iron. And there you see the winners of this match, the Southern Tag Team Champions, Georgia Power. And fans, will be back with more wrestling action right after this.
He's not just another pretty pair of tights. He's more than a colorful superhero. He's Captain Color Time, adding color time to your life with specials like this.
Rent to own this high-quality home entertainment system, complete with a 19-inch Color Time color TV, remote-controlled programmable VCR, and twin-speaker stereo system, all for only $19.95 a week.
In Eastgate Mall is offering incredible deals on fine jewelry, but for this week only. We can't afford layaways or rain checks on this sale. 10-carat gold nugget ring for the lady. $36 value. Only $9.99 each. Men, check out this 10-carat signet ring. $105 value. Only $34.95. And it's spray. 14-karat gold. Tooth cap. Silver time.
It's the Summer Splash Sale at Heilig Myers. Check out these great buys. Your choice of this country casual or contemporary style sofa, only $2.99. Get this 8-piece country pine living room set for only $5.99. And receive this 5-piece dinette set free. Your choice of these beautiful Queen Anne style tables, only $77. And get this 4-piece cherry finished bedroom suite for only $5.99. Save 25% on our entire stock of outdoor furniture at Heilig Myers. 6 locations to serve.
Why do more people choose Champion TV and appliance rentals than any other rental company around?
They're very concerned when something makes you payment how the merchandise is working.
I stuck with Champion because I've been completely satisfied.
They're competitive with any other store, but the other stores want cash or credit card.
If I'm running a little bit behind, if I'm not going to be here on time, they work with me.
Champion makes it easy to own. Champion.
Fans standing here with Brad Armstrong and Jimmy Powell, the Dirty White Boy, and what we just saw, Jimmy, it happened so fast, maybe you can explain it to me.
Well, I tell you what, there's not much to explain. You know, Kevin Dillinger and Invader wanted the title shot, just like Georgia Power always says. We're not closet champions, we're not running champions, but we are the Southern Tag Team Champions, Daddy-O. Right, Nightmare? Don't you agree, Nightmare? You heard him, he agrees too, I tell you what. And anytime anybody wants to play a few tricks, well, I am one of the nastiest, trickiest little son of a guns that ever walked. So, baby, you got a trick to pull. Come try to pull it on the white boy in a nightmare because, hey, we can walk and talk and do anything you can do. How about it, Bradley?
Well, I heard that. You know, it coming from a home boy, a Georgia boy, southern-born, southern-bred, thoroughbred. He ain't lying, brother, and if he ain't lying, he's flying, and he ain't got no feathers on him. And I know these good southern folks here are all behind us, the dirty white boy and the Georgia Powell, brother, because I know the Armstrongs are here. I'm bad to the bone, Brad, and I know Bullet's going to be here, too. He's going to be here doing his thing, and when you hear the music bad to the bone, you're going to know it because they got the top competition right here. And me and the Bullet are ready to take them on, brother, whether it be a tag team competition or singles. You know, Mike Golden's running his mouth all the time. Mr. Atlanta steady running his mouth. Boys are talking a lot of trash, but, boys, it's just talk, and if you can't back it up, it ain't nothing to it. And we're going to do it, whether it be Georgia Powell or the Armstrongs. We're southern-born, southern-bred, and when we die, brother, we'll be southern-dead.
You said it right, baby. I tell you what, Bradley, it's great to be here in the great state of Georgia, and it's great to be part of Southern Wrestling, and it's great to be with one of the greatest families in professional wrestling, the Armstrong family. You know, whether it be the Bullet, whether it be Brad, Scott, or Steve, you know, anytime you see the Armstrongs or Georgia Power on a card, you can doggone bet that you're going to see the finest in professional wrestling. And I tell you what, Brad, I know you got a tough match, you and the Bullet, coming up today against Mr. Atlanta and Mike Golden. I want to wish you the best of luck because I tell you that's a tough team. And, hey, baby, just rock and roll.
We're going to do it. Southern style, baby. Southern style.
Fans, let's go up to the ring for our next match.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your next match. First, your referee, Tim Lee. And now, introducing first from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at 226 pounds, David Sammartino. And his opponent from Cumming, Georgia, at 391 pounds, Big Bad Steve Bennett. The Mountain Steve Bennett and the son of the legend David Sammartino. Tremendous weight advantage for Bennett. Tremendous physique advantage, probably strength, and definitely experience advantage on the side of David Sammartino, Tim.
No doubt about that. Randy, I've had the privilege the past few weeks to see some absolutely classic confrontations between David Sammartino and the Southern Heavyweight Champion Joel Deaton in great towns all over the Southeast. And I can only say this about David Sammartino. He told me in an interview one time that his dad, Russell Strictly, with boots and knees, and it's the classic, it's just how he wrestles. Knees and boots, stomps and knees, just like his father, the great legend Bruno Sammartino did.
But there's more to David Sammartino than that. He is a classic competitor. He knows how to wrestle. His father taught him well. He is a scientific wrestler, but David has a short fuse. He's got, as some people call it, a mean streak. When that fuse burns quickly and explodes, David Sammartino will explode all over the place. And that squared circle is no place to be if you've got David Sammartino completely out of control against you. There's a lock-up collar and elbow, Big Steve Bennett and David Sammartino. David is a strong young man, and he's pitting his strength basically against the Mountain Steve Bennett's weight. Back into the corner turnbuckle, and the knee by Steve Bennett.
Steve Bennett now whipping his man across the ring. Good reversal by David Sammartino, and wow, he powered him into that turnbuckle hard, Randy. And David Sammartino standing up saying, come on, let's do it.
Well, Steve Bennett is trying to slow things down. Speed is the ally of David Sammartino right now. He's much quicker. He can out-quick Steve Bennett. He's faster in every way. Steve Bennett wants this to be a slow-down match. He's trying to get David Sammartino to wrestle his type of match.
Now you see Steve Bennett wanting to go for a test of strength against David Sammartino. Now, Steve Bennett would have the height and leverage advantage in this, but pound for pound, muscle for muscle, David Sammartino is one of the strongest men in the sport. And that doesn't matter what organization or what federation you're looking at. You're looking at one of the most powerful men in the sport.
Talk about determination. Look at those big, muscular legs of David Sammartino driving against the bulk of Steve Bennett. Although Sammartino goes to one knee now, Bennett with a definite leverage advantage. Trying his best to go ahead and put David down on the mat, get his hands all the way down. David Sammartino, well, he's putting him on his back right now.
The fans picking up a chant of "Go, David, go," as David Sammartino with one shoulder on the mat now starting, it appears to be coming back from this test of strength, and he is moving the man in excess of 350 pounds with fairly relative ease here. We've seen him. He's coming up. They're working that test of strength. And David Sammartino back to a base, back to his feet, Randy.
David not only overcame strength, he overcame leverage there. It's pure strength right now. He has the strength advantage over Bennett, and he's put Bennett down to one knee. The bulk of Steve Bennett, not enough right now for the strength and the ring savvy of David Sammartino. David forcing him all the way down at this point.
Forcing him all the way down to the mat. His hands all the way down there on the ring. Boot to the back of the head, and there's the stomp we were talking about as our cameras take you right into the ring. A big knee to the side of the head of Steve Bennett.
As you mentioned earlier, the trademark of the Sammartino family. Ooh, that was a pure kick right into the chest area, right over the heart. A big knee, and Steve Bennett wondering where he is right now. Another stomp right to the back of the head. David Sammartino.
Now picking his man up. Nice leg sweep there by David Sammartino. Good idea to get this big man off his feet, putting the boots to the side of the head, keeping his man down on the mat. Ooh, drops that boot right into the eye. And Randy, much like I said earlier, his knees and boots every time you see David Sammartino.
David Sammartino definitely in command of this match, planting the big boot right square to the forehead and the eyes of Steve Bennett. Sammartino saying, all right, I've dished out punishment. Come on, get up. Let's do it again. Let me put you down one more time. David Sammartino, the fuse is burning short right now, Tim. Sammartino with a fist clenched. Got that classic boxer stance right. Oh, yeah, he faked him out there. Came at him again with that knee. And the knee again. Putting the big man into the ropes for the ride reversal. Sammartino into the ropes. Oh, low in the breadbasket. Steve Bennett sinking on his feet out there, literally. Steve Bennett, not the ring veteran that Sammartino is, but showed some savvy there. Now he's putting the boots to Sammartino as David is up against the ropes. Referee counting him down, and finally Steve Bennett with a break.
Steve Bennett able to make up for his shortcoming inexperience with his massive size.
This is a classic case where strength doesn't matter as much as size. That's 391 pounds coming down right across the chest area of David Sammartino. That's enough to stop anybody.
A big headbutt there, Randy, dropped David Sammartino. And now it appeared to be that Steve Bennett was choking David Sammartino. Whatever it was, it happened to work because David Sammartino down on the mat and a cover by Steve Bennett.
That's a
count of two.
That's an awful lot to get out from under. It was a cover. He didn't hook the leg, but Sammartino, let's give him credit. Grit and determination, his middle name right now. The boots going to the head of David Sammartino from Big Steve Bennett. Anytime you move 391 pounds and the big boot again, that's all that pressure coming down on one point. Anytime you can move 391 pounds, you're doing something. David Sammartino checking the mandibles to see if the jaw is still working.
Fans, for those of you that might have joined us late, we're coming to you this week on location from McDonough, Georgia. Burger King here at I-75 in Georgia 20 of Southern Championship Wrestling. Proud to bring you this week the McDonough Massacre. And fans, we've got great matches still to come. As you're seeing David Sammartino fight back as they're going at it. It's a pure six brawl. They're throwing punches, Randy, and this thing's breaking down rather quickly.
It's not a wrestling match anymore, Tim. It's a fight. It's an absolute street fight. Right hand, right jab. David Sammartino, the southpaw. He's measuring Bennett. Oh, big chop. Oh, that would have felled a tree. Again, they would have felled a tree or a telephone pole. But that's not what he's got in the ring. He's got Steve Bennett. That one got him. Took three to take him down. David Sammartino finally takes the big man off his feet with pure power. The boot to the head.
David Sammartino looking for that turnbuckle. Steve Bennett appears to be almost out on his feet. But a good reversal by Steve Bennett.
And a follow in. Oh, and David Sammartino just a little too quick for him. Roll up. Your winner, David Sammartino.
A combination of knees and boots and maybe a little dose of the hot Georgia sun to Steve Bennett in on this hour of Southern Championship Wrestling as David Sammartino gets the Duke in this match. Fans, we'll be back with more Southern Championship Wrestling from the McDonough Massacre after this.
Hi, wrestling fans. Would you like the excitement of Southern Championship Wrestling in your area? Well, you can have it if you have a booster club, a civic organization, any charitable organization, call us and let us know. We can come into your area and help you raise money. Write me, Randy Adams, at Southern Championship Wrestling, Highway 19, Murphy, North Carolina, 28906, or call 704-837-2763. Let me know. We'll be getting back to you, and Southern Championship Wrestling can come to your area. See you at the matches.
Wrestling fans of Northwest Georgia, get ready because Southern Championship Wrestling is coming to Somerville, Georgia. That's August 25th at the Gore Community Center with a bell time of 8 p.m. 3 title matches headline a great card, as you will see. The Invader take on Ray Bailey. Chance Myers take on Mr. World. And Georgia Powell will put their Southern Tag Team belts on the line versus Mr. Atlanta Mike Golden, managed by Robert Anderson. Also, the Southern Heavyweight Champion Joel Deaton will take on David Sammartino. And the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion Cowboy Kevin Dillinger will defend his belt against Scott Armstrong. And joining me now, the captain of Kent's Dynasty.
Let me tell you something, Tim Dix, about this Armstrong. You know, Kevin Dillinger's new in the Dynasty. And let me tell you something, Armstrong. You know that people that's been under my wing, in my Dynasty, we've kicked you all over the state of Georgia. We've kicked you all over the state of Alabama, Tennessee, Louisiana, Kentucky. Well, at Gore Community Center in Somerville, it's not going to be any different. You know, Kevin Dillinger is the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion. And that's why he's in Kent's Dynasty, because nobody stays in my Dynasty long but champions. Now, David Sammartino, you keep lacing those boots up real tight, but you still can't get them up tight enough to put the champ's shoulders down. You know, we've been all over this great state of Georgia, or this chicken farming state of Georgia, this redneck state of Georgia, and Joel Deaton has kicked his tail in every town we've been in, and Somerville won't be any different, Tim Dix.
August 25th, Somerville, Georgia. Southern Championship Wrestling is on its way.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next match. Introducing first, to my left, from Chattanooga, Tennessee, at 230 pounds, Chance Myers. And his opponent, from parts unknown, at 225 pounds, the living legend, Mr. Wrestling number 2.
And you hear the chant go out, fans. 2, 2, 2. They're all here to see. As they say, the living legend, Randy, Mr. Wrestling number 2. But a point that we often overlook, we call this man the living legend, but he's one of the few wrestlers who have ever had the honor bestowed upon him of champion of champions.
You're absolutely right. This man has wrestled the champions for years. As a matter of fact, I was talking to two earlier, and he was recounting a match he had with Jack Briscoe back in Briscoe's championship days, where they went for 30 minutes, basically in one hole. Mr. Wrestling number 2 came within seconds of winning the World Championship from Jack Briscoe down in Florida back in the early 70s.
I've seen them two in classic confrontations in my younger days, Randy. And this Chance Myers, what you might want to call him, is a journeyman here in professional wrestling. He's wrestled all over the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and he's well-traveled and certainly no stranger to the squared circle.
You're absolutely right. We haven't seen Chance on TV for quite a while, but he and Wrestling 2 are probably more on equal terms as far as veteran status than, say, David Sammartino and Steve Bennett earlier. Steve didn't have the savvy that Sammartino had. Chance Myers has been around, and Wrestling 2, we all know, is a ring general to rival anyone.
Chance Myers caught in a nice head scissors by Mr. Wrestling number 2. Chance able to come out, goes over for a nice side headlock. Number 2 able to escape that, and he's set and ready and got that knee cocked. And Chance Myers, he knows the reputation of Mr. Wrestling number 2, and he's seen him do that little side step. He knew he was ready to pull the trigger, Randy.
Absolutely. That knee is always cocked and ready. You know, the head scissors that Wrestling 2 used earlier is a maneuver you don't see too much lately. It used to be, and can still be, a submission hold, but it is a wear-down hold. That's one thing we'll find out about Wrestling number 2. He definitely will wear his man down. He has every hold known to wrestling, I guess, at his disposal. That's one of the reasons he is Mr. Wrestling number 2.
Mr. Wrestling number 2 sending Chance Myers in high elevation.
Well, he almost hit on the top of his head, Tim. I tell you what, Wrestling 2 in there now with a front face lock. And notice how he has not only got the face lock, but he also has hooked the left arm. Now, what that does is cut off circulation to the lower extremities of the arm, the fingers, It also can put pressure on the carotid artery and slow the circulation to the brain. It's also just a very unusual hold and a very uncomfortable hold to be in.
Well, Chance Myers sent number 2 into the ring rope, caught his man coming off. Nice shoulder smash. Chance Myers catching 2 in the midsection. Ooh, a boa-like forearm. Back number 2 into the ring rope. And now Chance Myers, big open forehand to the chest area. And 2 now caught in a nice snap mare. Chance Myers, we were saying, able to hold his own against a lot of competitors in the sport, no doubt about it. And right now, he's taking number 2 to the limit.
You're right. He's trying to dish that little punishment to number 2. Number 2 could be called a taker in this sport. He'll take some punishment, and he took a big elbow then, but 2 will take 2 or 3 or 4 blows in order to dish out the one that really counts. A lot of times it's that big $1 million knee of his, and other times it's that big right hand of his. Chance Myers working on wrestling number 2 in that corner right now. Right hand, big clubbing right. Sitting into the ride, wrestling 2 into the turnbuckle, and wrestling 2 outside Chance Myers. Myers hit that turnbuckle hard, Tim.
And 2 standing over his man in that big forearm of 2. He can lay him in there with the best of them. Shot to the midsection. Classic 2 wrestling here. Chance Myers swinging a miss. 2 picks his man up. Hard atomic knee drop. And 2 setting ready.
For that knee. There it is, the $1 million knee. Nobody does it like wrestling 2. It's all over. Wrestling 2 with a win, the $1 million knee. Chance Myers felt the power of that big knee lift, the one that's put so many men down. Tim, we've got a lot happening in the calendar of events.
So let's go to Southern Championship Wrestling on the road. Southern Championship Wrestling on the road coming to these towns and facilities with great action. Saturday, August 19th, is Rome, Georgia at Dillard's Music Park with a bell time of 8 p.m. The Nightmare on the bill in Rome. Saturday, August 20th, Alpharetta, Georgia, the Auction Barn with a bell time of 7 p.m. See all the stars of Southern Championship Wrestling in Alpharetta for a big TV taping. Thursday, August 24th, is Canton, Georgia at Sparkle Skating Rink with a bell time of 8 p.m. The Southern Heavyweight Champion Joel Deaton on the bill in Canton. Friday, August 25th, is Somerville, Georgia, the Gore Community Center with a bell time of 8 p.m. The Man, Mike Golan, sees action in Somerville. Saturday, August 26th, Rome, Georgia, Dillard's Music Park with a bell time of 8 p.m. Mr. Atlanta tops a great card in Rome. Sunday, August 27th, Carrollton, Georgia, the VFW West Georgia Fairgrounds with a bell time of 7 p.m. Cowboy Kevin Dillinger tops a great card in Carrollton. Saturday, September 2nd, is Rome, Georgia at Dillard's Music Park with a bell time of 8 p.m. The Dirty White Boy, Jimmy Powell, sees action in Rome. Friday, September 8th, Commerce, Georgia, 441 Auto Auction with a bell time of 8 p.m. Kent's Dynasty sees action in Commerce. Make your plans to see Southern Championship Wrestling when it's in your area.
In the black and white corner, Bucky the Barbarian. And in the green corner, the champion of Red Captain Color Time.
Wow. Captain Color Time's not the only one with remote control. Now get a free remote when you rent to own a 19-inch portable color TV set. Only $9.95 a week at Color Time.
2, 3, you're out.
Is your future secure? One phone call is all it takes to put you on the road to success. The demand for qualified drivers is continually on the rise. One phone call is the first step to putting you in the driver's seat. We can train you to drive a tractor-trailer. At Alliance, all we train are tractor-trailer drivers. Thousands of Alliance graduates took control of their futures. Now, it's your turn. Pick up that phone and call now. 1-800-334-1203. That's 1-800-334-1203. Why do more people choose Champion TV and Appliance Rentals than any other rental company around?
What I like best about Champion, working for Champion, is the people that we deal with. The customer's number one. We're here for the customer. Without the customer, we wouldn't exist. Whatever it is that you need or want, we can easily get it out to you that same day.
Champion makes it easy to own.
Wrestling fans back here at the Master in McDonough, joined by the Southern Heavyweight Champion Joel Deaton, his manager Sir Samuel F. Kent, and the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion Kevin Dillinger. And champ, you've been having some tough matches with David Sammartino, but I know you're looking for bigger and better things.
Well, I'll tell you this, Tim, I feel real good today. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon in August, and you know what? I'm still the Southern Heavyweight Champion. Let me tell you something. David Sammartino, me and you've been all over this state beating each other's brains out, and you still come up this much short every time. You know, you got Chick Donovan, you got the dirty white boy Jimmy Powell, you got the Nightmare, you got all them Armstrongs. Well, it don't matter. It don't matter a bit, because I'm the Southern Heavyweight Champion. I am from Tyler, Texas. I am the Texas Outlaw, Joel Deaton. And I got something else to say here. It's a big announcement, because you people keep your mouth shut out there, huh? There's an announcement coming up, and it's a big one. My manager and his genius mind has put together this dynasty, and we're fixing to take in Kevin Dillinger here, a true Texan, a blue-chipper athlete. And I guarantee you one thing, there ain't nothing gonna stop us now, baby. Right here's the champion, the Junior World Heavyweight Champion. Sammy, you tell them what's going on here.
You know, bottom line is, Joel Deaton is the Southern Heavyweight Champion. Another bottom line is, Sir Samuel F. Kent is rebuilding his dynasty. Greasy Gulp, Texas, the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion. He's a very good athlete, or he wouldn't have this. But what he needs is he needs a little guidance. Well, that's where I come in, because I have the best mind in professional wrestling today. And what I'd like you to do is let me take this. I'll take care of you. You don't trust anybody but me. You'll make more money than you've ever made in your life. I have Joel Deaton to prove the point. Well, I'll just take this junior heavyweight, junior U.S. championship belt, and I'll keep it in the dynasty. And Tim Diggs, the dynasty will prevail, and I will own all the titles.
Fans, let's go up to the ring for our next match.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your next match. First, from McDonough, Georgia, at 237 pounds, Chuck McCall. And his opponent, from a Techwood condo in Atlanta, Georgia, at 220 pounds, Rocky King.
King and Chuck McCall. Tim, we have just heard something that maybe caught a lot of people by surprise. Kevin Dillinger now in the dynasty, and I don't know. Sam Kent has done it again. Nothing but championships in his dynasty.
You know, just when you think, and I'm speaking from a fan's point of view, that you might have the weasel, Sir Samuel F. Kent, right where you want him, he pulls out that trump card, and what happens? He lands on his feet just like a cat. And just much like this, Rocky King connects on Chuck McCall with a big drop kick. But Sir Samuel F. Kent, once again, pulling the strings. He likes those Texas boys, it's obvious. And now his stable once again contains 2 championships.
Well, he is from Texas, and of course Joel Deaton, we all know from Tyler, Texas. We know Dillinger's from Texas. The U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship, the Southern Heavyweight Champion, and Joel Deaton. Big, power slam by Rocky King, or a type of a power slam, we'll put it that way. Rocky is an unorthodox competitor. We have several of those in the area now. Rocky, up from the projects in Atlanta, Georgia, has made something of himself. He is a super professional wrestler. Rocky is, I guess you could say, really paid his dues, Tim.
He's paid his dues, you're right, Randy. And as you were saying, he come up out of the projects of Atlanta, made a name for himself in the world of professional wrestling. He does a lot of community work. He's a good man in and out of the ring. And right now, this Chuck McCall being bombarded by Rocky King.
Rocky's got a short fuse, too, and when he explodes, my friend, I wouldn't want to be on the receiving. Oh, what a clothesline.
Tremendous clothesline there by Rocky King. This Chuck McCall, a newcomer here to Southern Championship Wrestling, and he's having a very rude welcoming here, courtesy of one Rocky King.
Well, we know this is a rough, tough sport. There's no room for the weak of heart in there. You get in that squared circle, you ask no quarter, you give no quarter. Rocky King, we said he paid his dues. Big body slam by Chuck McCall, followed with an elbow drop. That's a punishing maneuver. But Rocky has really worked. He's got the leg hooked as McCall. Rocky kicks out. Big, powerful leg. Rocky is going to be a star in this sport for a long time, Tim.
Rocky now
Belly to back suplex. Ooh. It's almost a side suplex maneuver. Drop McCall around the back of his head. Rocky King in command.
Rocky now drops that elbow right into the throat area of Chuck McCall. And Chuck McCall appears to be heard Rocky over with a cover. Referee out of position, but only a count of 2 there. As Chuck McCall showing he's made a stern stuff, and he's got a legitimate reason for being here in Southern Championship Wrestling. Now back to his feet first, Randy, and now he's lowering the boom here on Rocky King.
Yeah, he is. That was a good forearm. Maybe like to see me would have packed earlier. Again, Rocky using the head, getting out of the way early. Rocky was hurt there, but got McCall up. Rocky in command. Big clubbing forearm. And when Rocky hits you, look at those arms on the biceps and the triceps on that fella. And the trapezius muscles, he is muscled up extremely well. Chiseled upper body. Rocky King saying, come on, let's get it on one more time. I'm not through with you yet. McCall, a right hand, but again, not quite as powerful as it would have been 2 or 3 minutes ago. Rocky's taking a good bit out of it. That's a good forearm. That staggered Rock, got it right on the jaw, right in the mandible area. Comes back with a kick. Rocky King. Tim, here we go. Big slam coming up for Rocky King.
Like that side slam version he's using there, kind of a power body slam, if you will. Only a count of 2. Fans, we're coming to you this week from McDonough, Georgia. This is the McDonough Massacre, and as we've done on several occasions this summer, we're coming to you from locations. We're doing outside wrestling events. The sun, a big factor. A nice sunny day here in McDonough, Georgia.
Nice hot sunny day. We're at London Broil right now, Tim. We're past hot.
Absolutely. A good 100-degree plus in that ring. And as you can see, it takes its toll very rapidly out there. That mat searing hot. We were down there earlier, Randy, and we were commenting. You almost could see the heat billowing up off of it.
Oh, yeah, you can see it rise. Right now, Chuck McCall controlling and working on that left arm of Rocky King. Had a hammerlock on it earlier, dropped the elbow down. Rocky with a nice drop toe hold, and he's reversed that thing, and he is in command right now. Rocky has, we've said it, come a long way, but he has really polished his craft. He is so smooth in there, he's like silk.
Now backs his man into the ring rope. Chuck McCall in for the right.
Ooh, the belly. That's got to be it, Tim. It is. Rocky King with a big belly-to-belly suplex maneuver. Rocky King with a win over Chuck McCall.
Rocky King with a nice belly-to-belly there. Gets a deuce on Chuck McCall in this hour of Southern Championship Wrestling. Fans, we'll be back with our main event right after this. Wrestling fans of Northwest Georgia, get ready because Southern Championship Wrestling is coming your way Friday, August 25th at Summerville, Georgia at the Gore Community Center with a bell time of 8 p.m. 3 title matches headline a great card. As you will see, the Invader take on Ray Bailey. Chance Myers takes on Mr. World. And Georgia Power defends their Southern Tag Team titles against Mr. Atlanta and the man Mike Golan, managed by Robert Anderson. The Southern Heavyweight Championship is on the line as Joel Deaton, the Southern Heavyweight Champion, defends his title against David Sammartino. The U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship will be decided at the Gore Community Center in Summerville, Georgia, as the Cowboy Kevin Dillinger will defend his belt against Scott Armstrong. Fans, tremendous night of action. All this in Summerville, Georgia. That's Friday, August 25th, with a bell time of 8 p.m. at the Gore Community Center. Make your plans to be there, fans. Summerville, Georgia, Southern Championship Wrestling is on its way August 25th with a bell time of 8 p.m.
Fishermen, if your heart can stand it, we've got some of the best action-packed redfish and speckled trout fishing anywhere. Located in southwest Louisiana on the Gulf of Mexico, Big Lake Guide Service featuring Jeff and Mary Poe offers the finest in redfish and speckled trout fishing any time of the year. The excitement is fast and furious, so remember, book your reservations now and get in on the action.
Attention hunters, we got doves, and more doves. If shooting white-winged doves in old Mexico suits your fancy, then grab your shotgun and plenty of shells because we can put you right smack in the middle of thousands of white-winged doves in Mexico. Shoot till your shoulder is sore and enjoy the Mexican countryside with family and friends. Call now to book your hunt of a lifetime.
He's not just
just another pretty pair of tights. He's more than a colorful superhero. He's Captain Color Time, adding color time to your life with specials like this.
Rent to own this high-quality home entertainment system, complete with a 19-inch Color Time Color TV, remote-controlled programmable VCR, and twin-speaker stereo system, all for only $19.95 a week.
Silver Time in Eastgate Mall is offering incredible deals on fine jewelry. But for this week only. We can't afford layaways or rain checks on this sale. 10-carat gold nugget ring for the lady. $36 value. Only $9.99 each. Men, check out this 10-carat signet ring. $105 value. Only $34.95. And it's spray. 14-carat gold tooth cap. Silver Time.
Someday, a cop has to make sacrifices for the job. But what if it means giving up his dignity? Peter DeLuise, Holly Robinson, Johnny Depp.
How many instruments you play? Guitar and saxophone.
Richard Grieco.
Thank you.
And Dustin Gwynn making sure they never forget. 21 Jump Street, Sunday on 5.
Why do more people choose Champion TV and Appliance Rentals than any other rental company around?
They'll do anything they can. If they can't, they don't have it in the store, they'll see if they can get it somewhere else for us. Yeah. They're so good about servicing things. Just like the one time something happened to the TV, within a half an hour they were there with another TV to replace it. And we just like everything there is about Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your next match, which is a tag team match. Introducing first, from Atlanta, Georgia, Mr. Atlanta, and his tag team partner, the Golden Boy, Mike Golden, at a combined weight of 471 pounds, and they're accompanied by their manager, Mr. Robert Anderson. And now their opponents. First, from Marietta, Georgia, at 435 pounds, combined with the Bullet, Brad Armstrong. Brad Armstrong and the Bullet.
To the bone brings on the Bullet and Brad Armstrong against what is turned out to be one more formidable tag team, Tim. Mike the Man Golden and the 274 pounds of Colster Bolt, the pride of Peachtree, Mr. Atlanta. And this one's breaking down before it ever... all four men are in the ring, Tim.
And it right now, Mr. Atlanta, wow, what a quick reversal. And coming right out is the Bullet and Brad Armstrong, and they're clearing house. And the Nightmare joining me here at the microphone.
Well, you know, man, right here you have got a main event anywhere in the United States of America. You've got two of the finest tag teams that are around today. Bullet and Brad Armstrong and Robert Anderson's pair of Mr. Atlanta and Mike Golden.
That's high praise coming from the Southern Tag Team Champion, Georgia Power. Nightmare, stay around with us. We'd like to have your comments, especially on some of the finer arts of tag team wrestling, tagging in, tagging out, and strategy. We know the Bullet and Brad. We know what a pair Mike Golden and Mr. Atlanta are. And right now, Brad and Mike Golden squaring off collar and elbow, and Mike Golden with a side headlock.
And right here, these two gentlemen in the ring right now, Golden and Brad Armstrong, could probably be considered two of the top single wrestlers in the world today, I would say. That's my personal opinion. But they really know what they're doing out there. I think Brad Armstrong is at the peak of his career. He's started wrestling when he was about 19, and right now he's probably no more than 26 years old. And I just think Brad is great. He's the Peach State heavyweight champion, and he's just a great wrestler.
Mistake there on the part of Mike Golden and Mr. Atlanta. The Bullet a little quicker than they are, both mentally and physically. Side headlock. tell you what, Nightmare, a side headlock, we talked about this a lot, used to be a submission hold. Ed Strangler Lewis made that one famous, but right now there's not too many men that can clamp that one on you and make it the way he did right now. It's used more of a wear-down hold, and well, you've been in a number of them. It just makes you mad to be in the thing.
Well, on a day like today, it's doubly bad with the heat like it is. But of course, if you get a couple of arms like Brad Armstrong has wrapped around your head, they could cause a submission on certain individuals, or Mr. Atlanta, because Mr. Atlanta is just a big, awesome, powerful man, and when he grabs you, you know you've been grabbed. I guarantee you.
I can imagine. I haven't had that dubious pleasure. Hope I don't. Talk about a set of arms. The Bullet's got a set also.
Good leg trip in there. Brad Armstrong comes up and makes the tag, and you know, I just can't help but noticing the striking similarity, as you see good double teaming effort there by the Bullet and Brad Armstrong. Striking similarities in the styles, maybe also in the physiques of Brad Armstrong and the Bullet.
Well, I think that comes from a lot of training. You know, the Bullet is a close personal friend of Bob Armstrong, and they worked out together. And Brad came up, of course, out of Wheeler High School in Atlanta, and I'm sure they've both worked with him in the gym as well as on the mat. So wrestling styles, bodily physique, it kind of goes with the territory there. Brad with an arm bar and bringing the big Mr. Atlanta down to one knee. Got that arm barred in there and exerting pressure on the shoulder and the elbow. Mr. Atlanta just adding a little more pain and suffering. Nice leg trip, takedown rather, by Mr. Atlanta, and Brad with a quick escape comes back up with a hammerlock.
Nightmare, you know, you've been in the ring many times with this Mr. Atlanta. Big man, 285 pounds, but he's quick as a cat and fast as light.
He really is quick for a man his size. I've been in the ring with him many times, and we would be running across the ring, and him do some kind of move to me, and me do some kind of move to him, and I consider myself fairly quick, but I'm not near as big as Mr. Atlanta, but a lot of times I'll get up, and there he'll be right in my face, and he is very, very quick for a man his size, very much so.
When you get a man that size, big knee to the small of the back, when you get a man that big and that quick and that strong, you have a formidable competitor in the ring.
You're absolutely right about that. Golden is a big man also. He's not the real heavy bulk, but Golden's a good solid 230 pounds or so, and he's just they match real well together. They've got everything covered, so to speak, as far as strength, speed, ability. They're a good tag team.
The fans picking up a chant of "Go Brad, go!" and there you see our camera's taking right in the ring. A blatant choke there by Mr. Atlanta. Robert Anderson has dubbed his team the Peachtree Mafia, and much like the Mafia, they're a cruel bunch when they get together, no doubt about that, and I'm sure the Nightmare can attest to that fact. I've seen, of course, Georgia Power take on this pair on several occasions, and they are double tough.
They can really get the job done, and I feel very fortunate that we've been able to hold on to our belt in many challenges from them. We haven't actually had a clear-cut winner on a lot of the matches, but we have been fortunate enough to hold on to our belts, and there you see some of their tactics behind the referee's back that make them so
neck
tough.
breaker. I tell you, Mr. Atlanta threw a couple of big right hands in there and hit Brad with a neck breaker, got the legs hooked, but Brad Armstrong in the condition he's in with that tremendous upper body strength, the fighting heart, and those big legs kicked right out of that. Mr. Atlanta with a cool double chin lock.
You can see the glare from the sweat on the shoulders of Mr. Atlanta fans. It is undoubtedly a hot dog day afternoon here at the Master in McDonough. That rear chin lock being applied by Mr. Atlanta on Brad Armstrong as he fights his way back to his feet and delivers an elbow to the midsection. And he breaks it up, goes into the ring ropes. Nice shoulder block. Brad Armstrong falls back into the ring rope. Ooh! Randy, a hard knee to the midsection of Brad Armstrong there by Mr. Atlanta.
Absolutely. Brad showing some skills of a veteran there. Mr. Atlanta had that knee in the back of the neck with that chin lock. Brad got up and out. Big double backdrop. Mike Golden in the ring now. Brad Armstrong trying his best to get to the corner and tag up with the Bullet. Brad getting in a bad way in there right now. He's in tremendous condition, but when you try to take on two men like Golden and Atlanta, both men hit, crack heads. They're both laid out. That's a hot mat out there. They don't even know it's hot right now. Maybe Golden does. He's getting to his feet a little quicker. We were told by Gordon Clement it's 147 degrees on that mat. A tag made. The Bullet in with big Mr. Atlanta. The Bullet comes in like a house of fire. Chops, gets Golden. Big Cup, again, Golden and Atlanta, both in there. The Bullet, a big right hand, Mr. Atlanta, leading on the top rope. All 4 men in the ring right now. Big right hands by Brad. Mike Golden bails out. Brad follows him out. Mr. Atlanta and the Bullet. Robert Anderson.
What's Robert Anderson doing up there? What is Robert Anderson doing up on that second ring?
Oh, he hit Mr. Atlanta. It backfired. Robert Anderson came down on Mr. Atlanta. The Bullet and Robert Anderson face to face. The Bullet misses and Anderson and Atlanta hit again.
Robert Anderson, he has no reason to be in there. And now the Bullet choking the life out of Robert Anderson. And out on the outside of out on the grounds, we've got Brad and the Golden Boy, Mike Golden, outside. And it's
over the top rope. That's it. Referee's calling for disqualification.
Nightmare. This one has just broken down, and I think the referee did a right thing. Absolutely. He's looking straight at it, and the Armstrong get a victory over Atlanta and Golden in a great match here on Southern Championship Wrestling.
The winners, the Bullet and Brad Armstrong, due to a disqualification.
Fans, we'll be back with more great Southern Championship Wrestling after this.
Hi, wrestling fans. Would you like the excitement of Southern Championship Wrestling in your area? Well, you can have it if you have a booster club, a civic organization, any charitable organization. Call us and let us know. We can come into your area and help you raise money. Write me, Randy Adams, at Southern Championship Wrestling, Highway 19, Murphy, North Carolina, 28906, or call 704-837-2763. Let me know. We'll be getting back to you, and Southern Championship Wrestling can come to your area. See you at the matches.
Wrestling fans of Northwest Georgia, get ready because Southern Championship Wrestling is coming to Summerville, Georgia. That's August 25th at the Gore Community Center with a bell time of 8 p.m. 3 title matches headline a great card, as you will see. The Invader take on Ray Bailey. Chance Myers take on Mr. World. And Georgia Powell will put their Southern Tag Team belts on the line versus Mr. Atlanta and Mike Golden, managed by Robert Anderson. Also, the Southern Heavyweight Champion, Joel Deaton, will take on David Sammartino. And the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion, Cowboy Kevin Dillinger, will defend his belt against Scott Armstrong. And joining me now, the captain of Kent's Dynasty.
Let me tell you something, Tim Dix, about this Armstrong. You know, Kevin Dillinger's new in the dynasty. And let me tell you something, Armstrong, you know that people that's been under my wing, in my dynasty, we've kicked you all over the state of Georgia. We've kicked you all over the state of Alabama, Tennessee, Louisiana, Kentucky. Well, at Gore Community Center in Summerville, it's not going to be any different. You know, Kevin Dillinger is the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion, and that's why he's in Kent's Dynasty, because nobody stays in my dynasty long but champions. Now, David Sammartino, you keep lacing those boots up real tight, but you still can't get them up tight enough to put the champ's shoulders down. You know, we've been all over this great state of Georgia, or this chicken farming state of Georgia, this redneck state of Georgia, and Joel Deaton has kicked his tail in every town we've been in, and Summerville won't be any different, Tim Dix.
August 25th, Summerville, Georgia, Southern Championship Wrestling is on its way. Well, Randy, that was a terrific tag team match to wind up this hour of Southern Championship Wrestling, but didn't seem to be anything really settled, and I'm sure we'll look for more action from those four.
Absolutely. The feud between the Bullet and Brad and Golden and Mr. Atlanta just heating up, Tim. We're in for a hot fall coming up, as well as the rest of the summer.
No doubt about that. Kelly, it's been a pleasure to do work with you. Burger King and Pepsi were co-sponsors of this event. We raised money for Special Olympics, and Kelly,